Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm recording this video on request of a guy named SG Trader who has requested me to make a video on dependent drop-down select list, and he has given an example of selecting a country and the dependent drop-down automatically lists the cities linked to that country or something like that. I see a lot of people have already raised issues and are having problems achieving the same dependent drop-down select list. So I decided today, why not help you guys out by making this video and showing you bit by bit how you can achieve it very easily. So the question arises, what is a dependent drop-down select list? Well, the answer is it's a technique where the options that will be listed on a select list will be dependent upon another select list, which will trigger an action when its option is selected. Confused? Well, let me show it to you. Here you can see in the emulator. As you can see, these are two select lists. First is having categories in it, and another is having subcategories in it. And dependent drop-down means when I change the value of category, this category, the subcategories change automatically and show options related to the selected category. Let me show you how. For example, if I change the category to grocery, you can see that this select list automatically changed its options to that of grocery. And if I change this to automotive, and you can see this dependent drop-down select list changed its categories options to that of automotive. So today I'll be showing you in this video how we can achieve this, and it will be very easy. So let's get on with it. So guys, here I have initiated a new React Native project, printing up and running on the screen. Firstly, we have to install the main package that we'll be working on is React Native drop-down select list. I'll be sharing its link in the description. So let's install it first. So I'll be typing yarn add React Native drop-down select list. So it will finish in a second. Okay, after installation, let's import select list from React Native drop-down select list. So we have imported the component, and as I showed you the demo before, we will be having categories and subcategories. So let's just create two state variables. First one is category, set category, react.use state, and another one will be subcategory, set subcategory. Okay, so I'll just use the select list component here, and I'll pass it the props of selected will be as this will be for the category, so I'll pass set category. If you are unaware about this, I want you to kindly look at the documentation of the plugin. Let me show you. Here's the documentation of the plugin. Here it shows how you can pass the props to the component and the advanced usage and other information. So if anybody is unaware of why I am passing these props, he should look into the documentation and he'll get to know why I'm using these props. So for data, I'll not be passing any data yet, and for placeholder, we will pass the placeholder as select category, and I want the default option to be passed to it, and I will set it later also. Before giving it a default option, let's just create an array. I'll name it categories, and as per the documentation of the package, that is React Native drop-down select list, I have to pass data like this with a key and a value. So I will pass 3 categories. First one is electronics. I will give it a key of EL to it and the value of electronics. Many guys have asked me a question that why this drop down select list selects the key while as it has to select the value. Well, as I have developed this plugin, I have already written in the documentation that it is equivalent to the HTML's select list with options. So as you might have used the HTML select list, actually the value is shown to the user, and this key is used for example, if you will store any ID that is related to the post, to the comment, or any data that you'll be using, this key is actually the thing that we require to execute any action or to pass it to the database to fetch any data. So that's why this key value will be selected at the time the select list option is selected. So another category that I'll be using is grocery. Let's copy it and automobiles. Okay, I'll give it key of EL to electronics, GR to grocery, AM to automobile. If you want, you can provide keys same as the value. For example, I will give a key of electronics and the value of electronics. It doesn't matter. If you would like to do it like that, you can do it. So now I have to make subcategories also. But let's just wait a bit. So provide the data of categories to the first select list and pass it a default option of electronics. this value will be the default value that will be selected by default. Okay, let's start the metro bundler and let's see what we have achieved so far. As you can see, the select list is printing on the screen now with the options of electronics, grocery and automobile. So what now we have to do is to create another component of the select list. So I'll be copying it. This is for the subcategories. As this is for the subcategories, what I have to do is pass set subcategory here. And for data, we'll not be providing any data for now. We'll not be providing any default option for now. And the placeholder will be select subcategory. Okay, now we have to create another data variable for the subcategories. So I'll this one should be an object. Why this should be an object, I will tell you in a minute. So let's create it first. Subcategories. This should be an object because we have to pass arrays related to the keys of the options. I know this sounds confusing, so let's just create it first, and I hope at the end this will make sense to you. So this should be EL for electronics, and the array should contain key value pairs same like for what we did for the categories. We'll pass it a key of 1 and the value of mobiles. Let's just copy this 5 times, rename this to appliances, cameras, computers. Let's delete these 2 lines. Give it a key of 2, key of 3 and key of 4. Now same for grocery, GR, and same for automobiles. Let's copy this. Let's rename this to vegetables. Sorry, my bad. Vegetables. Dairy products. Drinks. With a value of key of 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. For automobiles we can use car accessories and something like interior. Okay, let's just pass this data of subcategories, but here's a catch. We don't have to pass data as subcategories. No, we don't have to pass our data like this. Firstly, let's make electronics the default selected category. So category holds the value of EL. So what I'll do, I'll set data as the data of subcategories and the selected category. Sorry, like this. So what this will do, this will select, if electronics is selected, this will select this array and will keep these objects as their values, options, sorry. So for example, if I select grocery, the value of this state variable will change to gr, and this will select the options of grocery and will print them out on the screen. So uh, let's just test it out. Before testing out, let's just pass it a default option. So I'll not be passing it the default option like this. What I want to do, I cannot provide a default value. For example, somebody selects electronics. I cannot set that if somebody selects electronics, let computers be the default value. No. So what I have decided, that it completely depends upon you how you want to do it. So I have decided, for example, if anybody changes the category to grocery or automobiles, so whatever he selects, the first value of that category should be selected as the default. Okay, so for that, what I have to do, I have to do subcategories, go to the array which holds the value related to category and select its 0th index. As you already know, array's index starts from 0. So I am selecting, for example, somebody selects electronics, the 0th element will be this, so mobiles will be pre-selected default value. So if I select grocery, gr will be the value that this category will hold. So these options will be printed out and the default value will be selected, vegetables. Okay, so let me first style it a bit. I just want to give it the box styles. Again, if you want to get reference of these props, you can check the documentation of the package. So I'll pass it the box styles of margin top 30 and that's it. So let's save it. So as I saved it, you can see it on the screen here. Electronics is selected by default and mobiles, as I have set here, mobiles, the subcategories, the data of subcategories, and the array of EL is selected as EL is the default selected value. So this holds the data of this section. So for example, if I am to change the category to grocery, as you can see, this has become our dependent drop-down select list. As I change the value from electronics to grocery, the first value of grocery, first option of the grocery got selected by itself, and as you can see, we have now the options of the grocery array gr, which holds the value of gr. So for example, I select the automobiles. So what happens, the first option of this array is automatically selected, and as I can see, this holds the options of this array. So as you guys saw, this was very easy. If you find that this video was informative, and if you find my channel if you want me to create videos like that, I request you to kindly subscribe to my channel so that I can make more and more videos for you. Currently I am making videos whenever I like, but if you give me love by subscribing to my channel, maybe I'll create videos every Saturday. So that was it for now, guys. Thank you a lot, and thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you.